Aloha and welcome. Today is October 34th. Aloha and welcome. Today is October 31st, and it's Halloween. It's spooky today. Zana couldn't join us. Instead, we have Scooby-Doo from the popular television show Three's Company.
Scooby-Doo! Woo! Someone hit their head back there.
Yeah, I thought
It's a chair.
Mostly just headbanged.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's a little hot, so at some point I'm gonna do a little change. But
That's cool.
The thumbnail.
Yeah,
We'll rock it.
Just for the thumbnail.
we'll have internet celebrity Scooby-Doo with us. But today we're here to talk about video games and stuff on this spooky day. Have you guys been playing any video games?
No. It's gonna be big.
Wesley!
Like half a second of Civilization 6.
You bought that!
Yeah, I did.
How was buying that? How'd the purchasing process go?
Luckily, Green Man Gaming had like a 20% off deal still, so I was basically able to get the deluxe edition, which has 4 DLCs included in the price.
It has like the season pass.
And season pass basically for $64, so for $4 more than just buying at regular price.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so I was like, that's good.
Yeah.
And Spencer, our editor-in-chief, has gotten to play a bit more than I have.
Unfortunately,
We
he's
bought it
not
together.
here.
Yeah. But he was sharing like a lot of his first impressions. It sounds like a lot of the weaknesses of Civ 5 have been addressed.
That's good. That's what you would hope from a
Yeah,
sequel.
I mean, some stuff, is always going to be off. But,
Yeah.
I think they improved areas like declaring war, like ally relationships actually can mean more.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy city-state armies, which makes more sense than them just attacking with you.
Yes.
I mean,
As someone who has not gotten deep into Civ 5, but
yeah.
that's good. I hear there's a lot of early game aggression in that game. That's like people will just declare war on you, kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah, he said his first game he was done basically by turn 57.
Just because like someone was
Just
like
waves and waves of chariot archers.
I'm coming at you. That's rude. That's just a rude thing to do.
Yeah.
I feel like that would kind of stop you from like, well, maybe not stop you, but that would require you to have an early military presence.
Yeah.
Which
More so than you might be used to.
Yeah, like I remember in like Civ 5, I didn't even have a military presence. I just like went full science and made sure I didn't like piss anyone off. And then I think I won from
Depends what difficulty level.
That's true. I was on like the
Prince.
one below the default.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm a scrub. What I'm also a scrub at is Battlefield 1. I finished my review. That's up on Kaleo now. Check it out. I got 4 torches out of 5. That's a good game. That's a good game. I had a good time with that. I addressed most of my problems in the review. It's still very much a Battlefield game where it's like there are shitheads on the internet, surprise, but
Yeah, I mean,
but I felt like actually like tanks mattered in this game because there are less vehicles, but the vehicles really feel powerful. They feel like, oh man, this tank is gonna really... A tank can take a point by itself. So I kind of liked that. I don't know, the balancing that they did in the multiplayer I felt was good and kind of different from their other games. But yeah, that's pretty much all I played. I just played a bit more of Battlefield 1, finished up that review. Yeah, so let's just get right into video game news. The news that has been happening in the video games industry. Our first story is the Switch. We just can't stop talking about Nintendo's big console. And a report came out saying that the Switch, the screen that you take, the mobile screen,
the mobile, part of the dock,
is going to be 6.8 inches. And
I have paws, so that's not a very good representation.
it's not big, but it's not small. It's average.
Yeah.
It's the average length in North America.
It's like half of our...
I was gonna...
It's, like, don't feel bad if it's 6.8 inches.
That's actually, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
That's not bad.
It's really how they use it, I think, is going to matter the most.
I'm a little disappointed in the resolution of said object.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's only 720p.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the. I mean, it's HD, but it's not
I
full
wonder if they have
HD.
a thing to correct that with. You just
Yeah.
take it and it becomes.
A little upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's like 1080p for more than 4 hours, you should
Right.
call your doctor.
Yeah.
I mean.
It is a
trade-offs.
multi-touch screen too.
Yeah, it's a multi-touch screen. So screw you guys, who were all naysayers last episode, saying there's no way it would be a touch screen. Joke's on you, it's a multi-touch screen, which is actually an upgrade from the 3DS and the Wii U, which was single touch. This is now more akin to like your everyday phone.
Yeah, like phone, which will make people. The user experience will be a lot better.
Yeah.
Because it'll be like more intuitive. Oh, I use my phone like this, and this is like a tablet.
It's so weird though, because like the screen has to be docked, right? If you want to play the game on your TV.
Yeah.
So like, wouldn't you not be able to use that screen for anything really? Like the touch screen,
can you
right?
see why we were being
Yes.
naysayers?
Yeah, that's why. It
Like
doesn't
our
really
point
have a
still
point.
stands. We weren't saying that they wouldn't do something.
Yeah, but
dumb.
they're doing it anyways.
Yeah.
I think to quote you, Nintendo always does weird shit. So
They do.
it's okay.
And I'm sure the multi-touch screen it'll be better when you're on the move, right? Like when you're going somewhere, it'll be great to have this touch functionality. But man, the battery life is going to be, I think that's going to be the make or break for the Switch,
Yeah.
is the battery life.
If it can have like, I don't know, I'd say at least 5 hours gaming.
At least 5 hours of like constant use
Yeah.
is what you're saying.
That's
I don't know
of
if they're
heavy,
going to be
not
able to
just,
do
like,
that.
Internet browsing, like
I'm going to say 4, I think is what they're going to
probably
do.
aiming for.
This Scooby head is getting a little hot.
Yeah?
It needs to.
That was quick.
Oh look, we have Dazana joining
I
us
know.
now. Oh.
Nope, we
I
don't. We have Scooby Mickey Mouse.
I'm a franchise at this
Yeah,
point.
I think this is copyright actually.
It's fine.
Disney's going to take us down.
It's fine. There we go. Yeah. All right. Hey guys.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm saying like 3 to 4 hours is probably what it's gonna be,
Ironically, it's 3 to 4 hours too.
which is unfortunate. But they're packing a lot in here, right? Like it's running a lot of hardware. It's tiny. I mean, 6.8 inches is pretty small.
You just said it was average. Sorry.
I mean, compared to other
I mean, even most tablets.
are like phones are 6.8 inches now.
I was
Yeah.
going to make a very bad joke, but we're
Tablets.
going to move on
Okay.
from
Yeah.
this story.
What?
Yes.
I mean, we've covered everything.
Yeah, what else you got?
6.8 inches. Do you think they're gonna sell like a carrier case with this, or do you think you just throw this into a backpack?
It's probably going
Or,
to
like,
have a carrier.
They're gonna have an accessory market.
Of course, they're gonna have an accessory market, but like, would you get a carrier case? Hypothetically, you guys buy the Switch. Do you get the carrier case, or just shove it into your pocket like a
Get the
Neanderthal?
carrier case.
You get the carrier case.
Because all my Nintendo DS's had a carrier case.
Carrier
Well,
case.
and since it's that large of a screen, it's a larger point of failure. Like you can break it easier
That's true.
than most other.
Okay, I'm done with this story now.
Cool.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought it was important. I don't
No,
know.
it's important.
I just wanted to rub in the multi-touchscreen thing. Called it. Final Fantasy 15 is they did some DLC kind of, hey, we're talking about our DLC stuff. They're gonna have a $25 season pass for 3 pieces of DLC. And
It's pretty good.
what's kind of crazy is that they have online co-op as a DLC pack, which is a first. Yeah, I'm trying to think. That's a first for like a mainline Final Fantasy game, is really any sort of co-op. But I think this is a smart move because they already did so much work kind of figuring out the online components of Final Fantasy, the MMO 14? That was the MMO, right? The new school MMO?
I don't know.
Final Fantasy 14, I think that's correct. They just got done.
Stuff out,
Yeah, figuring all that out, so why wouldn't they use the technology? I'm sure they have it. So that'll be cool. And it kind of makes sense too, because Final Fantasy 15 is definitely not a turn-based RPG. It's a bit more action-y, you're running around. It reminds me more of like Kingdom Hearts combat style. There are still active time bars, but it makes more sense as a co-op game. Do you guys like Pokemon?
Yes. Sorry. Wow, that was a little aggressive.
Tizana likes Pokemon.
Yes.
I can tell. Wesley, you have a big... Pokemon thing? Or was that like out of your age bracket? Because I know you're a few years older than us.
My mom didn't let me trade the cards and stuff.
What?
And I didn't have video games for most
Wesley.
of my life, so
Oh my
I just
gosh.
didn't really
God.
ever have
That
exposure.
got dark?
God, are you okay?
Yeah.
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 That's why
Crying on the inside.
yeah.
That's why you what?
So
Where-
no, you never
where
really
were you
had
going?
like a big Pokemon influence.
No.
Well, Pokemon Sun and Moon, the starters, the starting Pokemon, their final evolutions got leaked and then revealed by Nintendo. One of them looks like a pro wrestler who's also a fire cat. The other one looks like a hipster. It's the owl one. I don't know. It looks like Robin Hood or something. And then the water one, I don't know, it just looks weird. It looks like a funky seal. But what also kind of came out of these leaks, which I thought was cool, is that the original Red and Blue from Pokemon Red and Blue, I'm sorry, not Red and Blue, it was Red, the trainer Red and the rival, whatever you name the rival, essentially Gary, are actually in this new Pokemon game, but
Essentially, Gary.
it's essentially Gary, but it kind of depends on what you named your rival, right? Like, I think I named my rival, like, Dumbhead, because I was
named
8.
mine Craig.
What?
It's
Was
Craig.
that the default name?
No, it was Gary.
I think Gary was the default name.
Craig just seemed less intimidating.
Craig. Yeah. Craig grows up to like work at a convenience store.
Yeah.
Oh, what
He's
is-
like, ooh, I'm the shift manager at Starbucks. Craig. And our last news story of the day is that
We're back.
that's one stoppage. I bet that there was going to be 4. Tazana bet that there was going to be 3. Leslie, did you get in on our betting?
I didn't have a vote.
All right, so
But I
4
think
and 3.
You covered it to the spread too.
Yeah.
Well.
I mean, you could have done one,
You could
and
have.
then you would have just, you would have been in the bag right now.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen though, unfortunately. But Hitman released their final episode, and this is the kind of not long running, but it's been going on for a while, this Hitman series thing, and they finally released their season finale. And man, this got really popular, this Hitman game.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. They've been doing a lot of really good like community stuff where they are super active with the community. They kind of listen to what the fans want. They do a lot of really fun stuff, like where you had to kill Gary Busey. That was funny. Good on them. So this final episode is going to be coming out. Do you have the date? This final episode is going to be coming out March 11th.
2016.
Wait, no, that happened a
No,
long
that was
time.
the game.
That was the release date of the actual game.
Yeah. I don't know if they have the
It
actual.
came out in the past. It's Halloween.
Oh, God.
So that'll be out sooner or
This
later.
is like, it says released, so I think it came out today.
We're great.
Yeah.
This is great news coverage.
I mean, additional features for like PC users is that they have like an exclusive full screen mode, and some multi GPU features where you can now do some of the DX12, so you can run different GPUs.
So if you had like
different,
2 graphics cards in your
so it's a little
computer,
bit better, or
it would work a bit better.
yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. No, I'm stoked. I never played any of those games, which is probably why our
Played the
reporting was
first
so bad.
Hitman.
Yeah.
I like Hitman.
You like Hitman?
I haven't never have watched any of these though.
I've heard they're really good. I've heard it's
The newest one's pretty cool.
yeah.
I don't have time.
I'm just bad at
Yeah.
stealth.
You bad at stealth?
I'm so bad at stealth games. Like,
It's just it's not. I like more strategy, so like stealth. I mean, stealth is strategy to a certain
Yeah,
degree.
but
But
it's
it's
a
a lot
different type of
boring. To me, it's a more boring form of
I'm
strategy.
pretty good at stealth.
I feel like once things go bad for me, I just want to end it. Like, I just want to
Just
reload
like
my
pull
whole...
out the minigun and
Yeah.
just hose down everything.
No, just like pull out the pistol and hose down myself because I just I want it to be perfect. Like my stealth infiltration.
just
that's-
no one notices you.
Yeah.
I think as I played so much Arkham City and Arkham
Yeah.
Asylum and all that, it kind of made me good at stealth.
I guess,
That's the
yeah,
bad
that makes sense. But like, for like Metal Gear, I could never get good at Metal Gear, which sucks because I think those games are really cool, but I just can't do it. I just can't do it.
What games are you guys good at though? I'm good at racing games.
I like RPGs a lot. JRPGs hit me up. I'll grind forever. I'll grind all day long. I love to grind. Grind Boy 69 is my gamer tag.
Oh God, hashtag context. Out of this room, everybody.
Grinder love. I love Grinder.
Okay.
Grind with me sometime. Hit me up on Grinder.
Everybody's gonna swipe left. What is the thing? Swipe right?
I
Swipe
have
left?
no idea.
I don't know. I don't know how dating apps work.
Wesley, what games are you good at?
I'd say strategy more so.
That makes
Because
sense.
I'm absolutely terrible at first-person shooters.
Me too. As everyone could tell from my Battlefield 1 first impressions video, I'm not great at first-person shooters. I don't know. I feel like you have to commit yourself to first-person shooters.
Yeah, like if I picked a franchise, started with the beginning, like on the first day launch,
Yeah.
played it, and like got 100 hours or so in, I'm sure I'd be fine.
Yeah. They're rough though.
Yeah.
Like right when you start out and everyone's really good,
Yeah, I know.
and you're like
dying.
it's just a constant
Death.
train of death.
Like,
yeah.
I'm terrible at first-person shooters too, but Mass Effect I kill at.
But that's not a first-person shooter.
I know
It's a
but it's a shooter.
third-person shooter.
You can go into first-person though.
That's like more of an RPG though.
Yeah.
I'd say, like, you can.
You have those moments when you need to be good at shooting.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
just.
And you have powers too, so it pauses the game for a little bit. You know
Yeah.
those things where you can readjust in your aim? That's why I think I'm good at it.
That's why I like RPGs really, is because you can be bad, but you can just like
Feel awesome.
brute force your way to a higher level and just like get really good equipment, and then you'll be overpowered, and that's why what I like feeling is like I'll never die. Like I'm so like I prepared so hard for this moment. I am invincible. You cannot touch me.
This is true. I guess I like RPGs too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Love to grind. Speaking of games I'm bad at, had to think about that one. BlazBlue Central Fiction is a fighting game that I don't understand at all. There's so many systems that go on in BlazBlue. It's ridiculous.
Oh.
There's like 18 meters. I'm just gonna stay away from BlazBlue games. I can sort of play Street Fighter.
I'm actually good at fighting games, so that's something I can do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hold my own in Street Fighter. I can throw a Hadouken if you want me to. Like, I can quarter circle punch, but yeah, BlazBlue always kind of got away from me. This is coming out on November 1st for the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation Vita, so all you Vita owners out there's still games coming out. Get that Vita out of the dust bucket. The bucket where you keep your dust. Yeah, no. And then the second game that's coming out this week, and really the reason why there aren't a whole lot of other games coming out this week, is Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. You down for that?
I like Call of Duty and I like Infinite Warfare. For someone who's not good at first-person shooters, I love COD.
COD is like the least friendly experience to new players.
I know, but
though.
I love it. Maybe I like to be murdered all the time. That was bad.
I just
It's a
hate
weird
Taking it back,
sentence.
Yeah,
taking
I
it
just
back.
dislike the statistics that you see every game. Like, oh, I'm still below 1 KD. I mean,
I just like the look of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare because I.
What do you like about the look?
I love space
You like space?
and I like guns in space.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a good combo.
You know, I'm a simple creature.
Space and guns.
Space and guns. It's guns and space. That's all I need. Oh man, I can't wait for Mass Effect.
It's my Guns N' Roses cover band. Guns in Space.
Guns in Space.
I'm so mad because my parents saw Guns N' Roses this summer in San Francisco, and I was supposed to
Wait,
come.
the people in Guns N' Roses are still alive? Isn't that band like 100 years old? Are they not all dead right now?
They are.
Are you telling me Axl Rose is still alive?
How old is your dad?
I don't know.
What?
He's probably not young, I'm gonna guess. He has a lot of gray hair.
They're probably younger than your father, is what I'm saying.
I think my dad's 60.
Well, then they're around that age. But you know,
Yeah, my dad's on his way out.
you're so horrible.
He's like right there.
So. Anyway, Guns N' Roses is good, and so is Guns in Space.
Guns in Space, Guns N' Roses, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare out on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the PC on November 4th. If I hadn't just played a shooter, I probably would get this game, but like I just got done with Battlefield 1.
I have no money again, so.
That's a rough life.
When are stipends coming?
God, I don't know. You tell me. Probably soon, but also maybe not soon, is my answer to every time anyone asks me about stipends. It could be tomorrow and it could be next year.
Yeah, you could see it or you could never see it.
Yeah. I also just bought a surfboard, so I'm really poor.
Yeah.
I'm real poor. But hey, man, that's it for new releases because Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is scaring everyone else away. But man, November's gonna be so crazy. November, I'm just gonna kind of go through it real quick. November has
Dishonored.
Dishonored 2. November
Watch
has
Dogs 2.
Watch Dogs 2. November has Pokemon Sun and Moon. November has Final Fantasy 15, and November has Super Mario Maker for the 3DS. Holy guacamole! And we've got chips. It's gonna be a heavy month this November. That was an Aquabats lyric. Holy guacamole! And we've got chips. It was all right. Cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's my singing segment for the show. Oh, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I mean, that's a November game too. I forgot that comes out in November. November. Who has the money for November? Not me.
Not me, for sure. I don't have money for every month.
For every month.
You know?
Watch Dogs 2 looks good, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not really digging the tone of the characters.
Yeah, I don't dig the characters. You know what it's going to be like? It's going to kind of be like Infamous Second Son in that one mission where you have the kid who's really good at tech. That's what all of that is going to be like.
Yeah, they're all kind of like cocky and.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that one dude who really bums me out. He's like the meme master. He wears like the helmet and then it has emoticons on it. That dude sucks.
Wait, did you say meme master?
Yeah, because I think memes are dumb.
I love memes.
I'm
We've
just
been
this
through
is
this.
yeah this I just don't like
But
memes.
this is meme, and I love memes.
I don't like memes, internet memes specifically. But man, I don't know. That trailer was really good. It had a Run the Jewel song in
Yeah,
it.
it did.
That was so cool. I was so stoked for half a second. And then I actually saw like the rest of the trailer and I got pretty bummed. But Pokemon Sun and Moon, yo, that's big. Pokemon in Hawaii, what's up? So we'll probably have coverage on that. I know some kid already wants to do a review of it. So some kid, Ralph Arista, our staff writer. I don't know if I'm gonna get Dishonored 2. I didn't like Dishonored that much. So
I've never played Dishonored.
So probably not. And then yeah, Final Fantasy 15, definitely gonna pick that one up. Hit me up with a Final Fantasy game with the Kingdom Hearts combat style. That's all I really want in life. But hey, we're gonna move on to versus mode. Ring a ding ding.
Who's asking a question?
It's
You.
you.
Is it me?
Yeah, I asked a question last week.
Like, yeah.
So we're gonna cut here while Tizana thinks of a question.
And we're back.
I have a question.
She has a question. What's your question,
Okay.
Tizana?
What would be okay? Let's say you guys had a child.
Like we had a child together?
Well, no, like you have a child and you have a child separately.
Who was the spouse?
Doesn't matter.
Actually, that really matters.
We just created a clone of
Whoever
ourselves.
you want
who's
to
our
be your
child.
spouse, okay? Just you have a child.
Okay.
You're married, you got kids, okay?
Kids, multiple?
Kid, one kid. Okay, we're going too far. You have a child, hypothetical. What would be the first video game you introduce to said child and why? Great.
This is the second take. We're back again. Tizana just asked a question. If I had to introduce a game to a child,
Your child.
my child specifically.
Yes.
Oh.
Who would you introduce them to video games to is kind of...
Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo.
Okay. Wesley. Wesley's eyes just got really big. Well, this might be hard for Wesley because you didn't play video games as a kid. So,
Well, I would be more I would wait.
You'd
a
wait?
while before.
well, then you can argue for that too.
Yeah, okay, I'll
Okay,
do
so
that.
everybody argues.
What?
I think you should. Yeah.
Okay.
I have mine.
Okay.
Kevin,
So Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo has pretty much everything a child loves because that game is so whimsical. That game has dinosaurs. Kids love dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs. That game just has really like colorful levels. It has the donut plains, you know. It has just that like a really fun kid comedic stuff. Something a kid would find funny. Also, it's a Super Mario game, and if it's my child's first game, I'd want to get them started on something that would really develop their gaming skills. Like I'm trying to train him,
Wow, look at
you know, like I'm his trainer. And Super Mario World has platforming, you know, and it has a lot of. It's the core of video games, right? It's platforming. It's moving a character around and really introduces you to a lot of things that are in other video games, like power-ups, and kind of you can go different routes throughout the levels or throughout the main overworld. So that's probably why I do Super Mario World.
Right on time. Okay, Wesley is arguing for the no video game stance.
Are you arguing for no video games?
Well, see, I'll just, it'll be part
You're
of
the
it.
devil!
No. So I would say up to a certain point, I think, like, if I had a kid, I would push them to be outdoors, to explore, to be a public little child, to have, because, you know, like, get your hands in the dirt, get that connection with the physical world before, because the rest of your life, especially the more we get into the future, you're going to be online, virtual, and exist in this online presence, so you might as well experience the real world for a little bit and learn real lessons, interact with real people, which I know might horrify some individuals. And then, you know, once you've exposed them, made them a more complete person, you set them loose in the online world. And one of the franchises I would be interested in possibly exposing them to would be Mario, because it is one of those where it teaches them critical thinking through exploring, solving puzzles. You know, it would be more, any game I would give to my kid would teach them a lesson.
That. Are you kidding me? You're saying that is not true at all. When you're a kid, that's the most time you'll ever have to play video games, because once you grow up, I love video games and I don't have the time to play video games. And
but you remember my caveat is that they need to become a whole individual before they play games.
Video games can do that for you.
I'm not saying they're a high schooler.
I learned so many life lessons from the World of Warcraft. Do you know how many social cues and instructions I learned from that game?
Yeah, but are they good lessons?
Absolutely. I'm a relatively normal person.
Okay, what age would you allow them to start playing then? Or what age should you start playing?
Like any kind of game? It was more like middle school. Like,
What?
Well, I mean,
You kidding me?
like towards the end of grade school, middle school.
Middle school? That's so long.
I'm not saying I would like. I mean, and then like you'd have give them earlier exposure. See, what I personally hate, and I might just sound like some old fart, but I hate seeing little kids always glued to the phone and not actually seeing the world around them, just because their parents want them to shut up.
Well, I hate that too, because I used to work as a teacher, and I'd hate when the kids would be waiting for their parents and they'd just be on a thing.
Did you have a Game Boy?
Yeah, I had a Game Boy.
Were you glued to that? That's almost the same thing. Well, I had one, and I was glued to it because I played Pokemon.
I wasn't allowed to take it out of the house, because my mom was scared I was going to lose it.
Okay, well,
but when
my
I was
parents
at home, I was glued to it.
And I'm sure a lot of other kids, you know, a phone and a Game Boy are like it's basically the same thing, especially if they're just playing video games on it, right?
Yeah.
And man, I have some of my best memories. Just playing games as a child is definitely some of the best times I've ever had playing video games.
This is hard for me because I've been playing video games since I was 3, you know, with my PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
So, and I just wasn't allowed to take it out because my mom was scared I was going to lose it. But every time I came home, I played that thing till I went to sleep. And those are my best memories. So
I guess I should be arguing against Wesley's point saying that video games
because you both said Mario.
Won't make you a well-rounded person. That's your point, right?
No, I'm saying they need to have exposure to the real world to appreciate both, like, living a day-to-day life and existing as an online being.
That's true, but would you totally quarantine your child from video games?
Not necessarily. But, I mean, why would I hand them something that those are such formative years. I'd rather have them reading books, getting other knowledge. I mean, that's why I'm who I am. Kids don't do that. You are a prime example of that. You keep saying that you barely read books.
Wait, what? No, I read books.
No, I barely read books.
She barely reads
Okay.
books. I read books every day.
Okay. Well, I guess that's
Especially as a child.
Yeah.
I had a really high AR point thing.
My AR points were off the charts. I was #1 in middle school.
Wesley looks uncomfortable.
No, I more disagree with
I'm
that
saying
system.
Video games can, I learned how to read from Pokemon. So if that has anything to say with
Yeah, I
it,
can
that's
learn
why
how to
I wanted to learn like how to read, is because I wanted to understand what was happening in Pokemon, and then I took those skills to read books.
Yeah, that was kind of me too. I learned how to read from Pokemon.
Pokemon's best.
And like whenever I hear
What's
this,
up?
whenever I hear the soundtrack from Burnout, I get so happy because it just reminds me of all those happy times.
Every time I play Kingdom Hearts, I think of being 11 and staying home from school because I was sick and beating that game, and maybe that was the happiest day of my life. And I would never want to rob any child of those kind of feelings.
This is Wesley. I get your point.
Yeah, no.
No, I totally do. But I mean, I might be biased because it was my
But
childhood.
that's the point of the question.
Yes.
It's coming from our own perspective, so.
But it is as we get more technologically advanced, that's a good point to consider. What I don't like seeing kids doing is playing multiplayer games like online. I don't think kids should
Oh
be
yeah, if I had to clarify it, I would let my kids play
Because,
single player games a lot earlier
wasn't online
than.
at our age. We didn't have
Yeah.
like multiplayer games.
I mean, you had the link cable. Remember that thing?
did not.
Remember the link cable? That thing worked maybe 40% of the time. Like that
How
was.
many times I blew in that link cable?
Oh, that thing was so
Oh.
untrustworthy. I hated that thing.
So we never used it. I really never used
Oh,
it.
I still used it. I still went for it.
I remember trying to do the Burnout World Tour and get like connected, and I never could, and I was so depressed. But I'd recommend playing single player games for kids only. Where they don't play with people yet. Yeah.
I mean, well,
So Kevin, you won.
thanks, but I think Nintendo does a really good job of letting
Yeah.
kids play multiplayer
They
games.
structure it.
Yeah.
That's
They
why I said
structure
Mario,
it
'cause
specifically to like, or
keep away
especially
that stuff.
for like Splatoon, for example, right? Like, there's no real voice chat.
Yeah.
You can't get their gamer tags because it's all friend code shit, and
Yeah.
that sucks. But that's great for keeping your kids safe.
I remember when We Speak came out. Do you remember We Speak?
No, not at all.
We Speak came with the Animal Crossing City Folk, and you could talk to
Oh
someone.
yeah,
And
dude.
that was a really big deal for my mom because one day she heard someone talking to me. She's like, "Who are you talking to?" I'm like, "A child."
Yeah.
Like City Folk, Mom. Yeah, that was. But yeah, I wouldn't let my kid play a multiplayer game.
Oh, I let them play local multiplayer, right? Like that's.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, yeah.
'Cause
Like,
that's
I just feel like we can't just say multiplayer.
oh
'cause
yeah, I wouldn't
that's-
Yeah,
let
yeah.
them play like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like online multiplayer.
Online multiplayer.
I'd probably want to keep my kids
stricture.
maybe away from
Actually,
that.
I never really had friends come over when I was young. I don't think I hung out with someone my own age until I was 5. And then after that, it was just because of school. I didn't hang out with people.
I met my best friend in elementary school from RuneScape.
Hmm.
So, and again, I probably shouldn't have been on RuneScape, but I was anyways. Because I was, my parents, that's the great thing about RuneScape was that it was cheap. It was $5 one-time payment for the whole premium subscription thing. My parents loved that game because they only had to get that one thing, and that was good for like, dude, 4 years I played RuneScape. Hit me up. My mithril armor's sick. I scam people, but I was not a child when I was scamming people. Cool. Hey.
Well, it was an enlightening question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was like the
And
good,
I get your
about it.
point
Yeah,
for sure. Kids,
I respect that.
Yeah.
I think it's just good parenting, right? That kind of comes down
Yeah,
to it. It's limiting the game time.
And that's what I would be scared
Yeah.
of because I think where we expect both parents to work now, kids are
Yeah.
left on their own.
Yeah.
There isn't so much of that stricture that keeps them
Doesn't
in the straight
marriage
and
just
narrow.
seem like the most difficult thing ever? Because you got to raise a kid with someone else.
But at the same time, you have 2 incomes, right? And that's what I get
Yeah.
about marriage. Is
That's
that
that's
like
the one thing I get about marriage.
you
The
can actually
one-
save money when you're married.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't. Oh my god.
Also, maybe you have someone you love and would love to love for the rest of your
I
life.
mean, I don't believe in that, but
To each their own.
yeah.
But that'll be this episode of the Pixel Powerup. Thank you all for listening. Happy Halloween. This is not going to go up on Halloween. I just
no.
remembered. This is going to go up
We
like...
hope you had a great Halloween.
Yeah.
This
because
probably won't be up till Thursday.
They don't participate. Look at these paws.
But see,
Look at these paws.
we're ready for the
Yeah, I'm,
day it
I'm
comes
just
out,
getting
you know?
ready. I'm half in my costume right now. I'm going to go as a hipster Fonz. You know, the Fonz? But I'm gonna be like a modern 21st century Fonz.
You mean everybody who works at like Downbeat Diner?
Yeah! Actually, exactly. So yeah, have a good Halloween, and thanks for listening again, and if you like what you see, like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below if you want your own message read, and we will be seeing you next week. Pixel Powerup, signing out.
Bye.